Ready for a deep dive into a story that's both hilarious and kind of thought-provoking?
I'm in. Sounds right up our alley.
Today, we're tackling the curious case of Mr. Splashy Pants.
Yeah, a name that went from, like, internet meme to unlikely hero in the fight against whaling, no less.
It's a wild ride, that's for sure. And we've got some great sources to pull from. We've got the Wikipedia page, which lays out the whole timeline.
The timeline is bonkers, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we're getting to that.
Yeah.
And we've got a TED Talk by Alexis Ohanian.
A Reddit co-founder for anyone who...
Right, exactly. He shares some really, really interesting insights about the whole thing. So, to set the scene, we're back in 2007. Greenpeace, always on the front lines. They're on a mission to stop Japanese whaling.
And they'd been at it for a while, you know? Like trying to find new ways to capture the public's attention, trying to put pressure on the Japanese government.
Yeah, it's a tough issue to get people riled up about. I mean, it's important, but...
It's not exactly the most...
clickable.
Yeah, exactly. So this time, they decided, all right, we're going to track a humpback whale in the South Pacific.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to let the internet choose its name.
Seems harmless enough, right?
I think so. Greenpeace certainly did. They had a whole list of names prepped and ready to go, like Aurora, Wave Walker, you know. Very
evocative.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The internet has a mind of its own.
It really, really does.
Enter Mr. Splashy Pants.
Out of nowhere. This name that just, like, took the internet by storm.
It's like a case study in how memes are born, almost.
Oh, absolutely. It's the sheer absurdity of it, right? Like, compared to these serious suggestions.
It's that one friend who shows up to a costume party in, like, a banana suit.
And everyone else is in, like, full Shakespearean garb.
Exactly. They're instantly the life of the party.
And that's what happened here. Some user on Reddit, that online melting pot of, shall we say, diverse interests.
Diverse is one word for it?
Figures out how to game the voting system.
Uh-oh.
And suddenly Splashy is, like, rocketing up the leaderboard.
I bet that got Greenpeace's attention.
Oh, you think?
Like, did they scramble to shut it down? Imagine the headlines. Environmental group loses control of whale naming contest to, like, internet pranksters.
You're not wrong. I mean, this is 2007. Social media is...
uncharted territory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here they are, potentially, about to become the laughingstock of the internet.
So they've got this whale with, like, the silliest name on the internet.
It was a moment, that's for sure.
Total victory for, you know, meme-loving voters everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And Greenpeace is probably just sitting there like, what just happened?
Yeah. Like, here they are, this serious organization, right?
Yeah.
Trying to tackle, like, a complex global issue. And suddenly they're, like, in the middle of this internet thing, all because of a name that sounds like it came from, like, a Saturday morning cartoon.
You gotta hand it to them, though. They didn't try to fight it.
No.
They could have, like, backpedaled, tried to, I don't know, downplay the whole Mr. Splashy Pants thing.
They really could have.
But instead, they
leaned in. They embraced the chaos, the humor, the, like, pure absurdity of it all.
It's like they realized that, like, they'd stumbled onto something kind of special, like, accidentally, this way to connect with people on a totally different level.
It's like they suddenly understood the power of a good meme.
Right.
And not just to make people laugh, but to make them care, you know.
To inspire action.
Yes, exactly. And they were smart enough to capitalize on it, too. Like, remember how they were worried about looking unprofessional?
Oh, yeah.
They flipped the script.
Yeah.
Started putting Mr. Splashy Pants on everything.
Oh, I bet those T-shirts just flew off the shelves.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's like the ultimate conversation starter. Like, you're wearing the Mr. Splashy Pants T-shirt, and you're instantly, like, pulling people into this really important issue.
Whether they realize it or not, that's the brilliance of it. It's not preachy. It's not intimidating. It's disarming. It's fun. It makes you want to know more. And that's exactly what happened.
Right. Like people who might have just scrolled right past like a more, I don't know, traditional Greenpeace campaign.
Totally.
They're suddenly like, wait, Mr. Splashy Pants? What is that?
Exactly.
It's brilliant, honestly, like meeting people where they are.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to force a message, they created this experience. Something shareable, something memorable.
And incredibly effective. Because here's the thing. It wasn't just about, you know, selling T-shirts.
Right.
Remember those petitions?
Mm-hmm.
The ones to try to get the Japanese government to stop whaling.
Right, right. The whole point.
Exactly.
Did Mr. Splashy Pants actually make a difference?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Yeah. And the answer is a resounding yes. all that online buzz, all those people sharing the Mr. Splashy Pants story, signing petitions, it created this groundswell of support, this wave of public pressure that the Japanese government couldn't ignore.
So wait, are you saying that a whale with a funny name actually contributed to real-world change?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this is where that Alexis Ohanian TED Talk comes in. He talks about this idea of like losing control.
Losing control.
Yeah, like letting go of the need to, micromanage the message, letting it evolve organically.
It's counterintuitive though, right? You would think, like, especially with something as serious as, environmental activism, you need to have a really tight grip on your message.
You'd think so.
Ah.
But Mr. Splashy Pants shows us that sometimes the most impactful movements are the ones that take on a life of their own.
So we've gone from this, like, almost desperate attempt to name a whale to, like, accidental marketing genius.
It really does make you think about how change happens, huh? This wasn't some, like, big budget campaign, you know. This was just, like, a bunch of people, a lot of them probably just in it for the laughs at first, suddenly realizing, hey, we can actually make a difference here.
It's like that saying, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yes.
But like in this case, they went far by, stumbling into it.
Exactly. And that's what makes the whole Mr. Splashy Pants thing so interesting, I think. It reminds us that sometimes the best way to get people to, like, actually do something is to create something, like, emotionally resonant,
Okay.
Something joyful, amusing, even a little absurd.
Because it's those emotions that make you want to, like, share, right? Tell your friends.
Yes.
Become a part of something bigger.
Exactly.
We saw it with the memes, the T-shirts. Like, people were taking ownership of this, like, admittedly kind of quirky campaign and spreading the message in their own way.
And that's what, like, Ohanian was talking about with losing control, I think.
Right.
This idea of giving up a little bit of that control, right?
Oh, yeah.
Trusting that the message will, like, work its way out there and maybe evolve in ways you never even, like, imagined,
Yeah, it's like embracing the chaos.
A little bit. Letting the wisdom of the crowd kind of guide things.
It's a powerful idea, especially now, right? Everyone and their mother is competing for our attention.
Oh, tell me about it.
We're just, like, bombarded with information, with causes,
Yeah.
But it's the stuff that surprises us,
Yeah.
makes us think differently, makes us laugh, that actually breaks through.
Totally. It's about meeting people where they are.
Yeah.
Not trying to drag them kicking and screaming to your side.
Right.
Mr. Splashy Pants didn't, like, hit people over the head with, whaling is bad.
Yeah.
It started a conversation.
It invited people in.
Exactly. Sparked some curiosity. And let them kind of draw their own conclusions.
So as we wrap up our deep dive on Mr. Splashy Pants, the big question is, what can we learn from all this?
The $1 million question.
What's our splashy moment just waiting to happen?
Right. Maybe it's looking beyond the most obvious thing.
Yeah.
Finding the humor, the humanity in places you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
And trusting that, hey, even the silliest idea can spark a movement.
That's a nice thought.
It is.
So that we can all, like, tap into that collective creativity, that willingness to maybe laugh at ourselves a little bit, and that desire to, try to make the world a little bit better, even if it starts with, a whale named Mr. Splashy Pants.
Even if.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.